Mr. Nobody lived in the town of nowhere, and Mr. Nobody wasn't special, smart, or clever. He was just a nobody in a town full of other nobodies, doing nothing important. He saw a woman in her window from his apartment window. He wished he could be with her, but that would be impossible. He rode the train to work, which of course was full of nobodies. He had a job and he worked in a cubicle surrounded by nobodies. He answered the phone and said nothing important. He wrote redundant letters about nothing. He worked for the corporation of whatever. Was this it? He felt so empty and lost. He wished he could be somebody someday. He wanted to be smart, rich, and famous. He wished for love. He went home and ate dinner alone. He watched some TV and went to bed. That night he dreamed of flying high over the city. Awoke and went to work. On his way to work, he took notice of a bird in the sky. He looked up at the sky and wished he could fly like the bird. At work, he listened to his boss say blah, blah in a meeting.
Blah, 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 blah.
Then Mr. Nobody used the phone to deliver the message of blah, blah to others.
Blah, blah, blah.
When he was done for the day, he went home on the train. At home, he watched some TV and went to bed. A spaceship landed and aliens walked into Mr. Nobody's bedroom. They carried him out and into their spaceship and flew away. They landed on their planet, and Mr. Nobody walked out of the spaceship. All the aliens looked identical, but Mr. Nobody was different. They treated him like a king and showed him off to everyone. Then they promptly returned Mr. Nobody to Earth. His alarm clock awoke him. He wondered if he really visited another planet. As he walked to work that day, he again noticed the bird in the sky. He felt he had a strong feeling that he should follow this bird. So he did, and the bird landed on a tree branch above a dog. Mr. Nobody petted the dog and the dog led him to the woman that he had seen in the window. The woman led Mr. Nobody to his heart, and he found love. Mr. Nobody went to work the next day and heard no more blah, blah, blah. He went home and the TV was watching him. He saw the bird outside his window. He opened the window and the bird flew inside. The bird changed into an angel. She told Mr. Nobody his third eye was opened and he was spiritually awakened. He was somebody now, but he was always somebody. He just didn't know it. He looked out the window to see the woman he had seen many times before. She smiled and blew him a kiss.